Alright, so everybody in their Wonder Woman reviews have been doing that iconic image. You know the one. So I'm just going to get it over with right here in this part. Ready? There you go. I did it. On to the video. Hoo-ha! Hello everybody, welcome to the MaffmanJones movie channel. I'm your host John Matthew, and today's featured movie is Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins and stars Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. Gal Gadot, Gal something, plays Diana Prince of Themyscira. She was created by Zeus and through her growing ages was raised to be an Amazonian warrior. But one day, when Chris Pine comes crashing into Themyscira, fighting the good war of World War I, the war to end all wars, Diana realizes that she must go out beyond her island to go fight the war and find peace for mankind. And that, my friends, is the general vague plot for Wonder Woman. Even after all the positive reception going on between lots of critics and reviewers, I still temper my expectations, but I walked out of this movie and I gotta tell you guys, everybody who's saying this movie is great, in my opinion, is right. Wonder Woman is a fantastically directed, beautifully crafted movie that has a lot of important thematic lessons to show and tell, but it's a very wonderful character study and origin story for Diana Prince, this character who is coming into cinematic light at a very important time for the world. It's really good timing. I mean, I don't get into the real deep, depressing depths of the real-life world, but this is a movie I think that we really needed, and it really pays off. Performances all around were really good. We got some really good stuff from Professor Lupin. Robin Wright makes an appearance, and she's fierce and she's awesome, but I was most impressed by two actors in particular, Gal Gadot, and Chris Pine. First, I'll start with the lead character. Gal Gadot, I was questionable about when they first cast her. In Batman v Superman, I was impressed by how they utilized her, but I was not expecting to actually care for her. I bought into her playing this role. I forgot she was this model-turned-actress and she was actually Diana Prince. She owns this role in this movie, and I am convinced that she got a lot of acting lessons and, like, she really committed because, goddamn, she is great. You really feel the conviction in her performance, and you buy into her character growth from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. I think it goes without saying that Gal Gadot physically embodies Wonder Woman. She is incredibly beautiful and attractive, but it really impresses me that she went beyond that. She actually embodies this character in a way that is so inspiring. Not to say this movie isn't inspiring for people in general, because I think it really is. It's going to really inspire people to want to do something, no matter what they want to do in their lives, just to go out and do something. But for all these little girls who are going to go see this movie, it reminds me in a way of when I first saw Spider-Man 1 in 2002 when I was 8 years old. I walked out of that movie feeling something in my bones. And I think that this movie is going to do the same for a lot of young girls out there. And I think it's such a fucking beautiful thing. I was also impressed by Chris Pine playing Steve Trevor, because I've seen him in a ton of movies, especially the Star Trek franchise. He's a big star. But I forgot I was watching Chris Pine too, and I was watching this character who was just trying to find purpose in this war. This character who wanted to do right by the world. Frick! But he really brought something to this character that I wasn't expecting. Let's talk about Patty Jenkins. It's great that she's a female. It's great that she directed a movie about a female lead superhero. But let's strip away all the labels. Patty Jenkins, man or woman, doesn't matter. This person directed a very incredibly earnest and poignant and just inspiring movie. It goes beyond being a good fun superhero movie. It's actually a movie that has a lot of important things to say, but from beginning to end, it's crafted in such a way. The only thing I will say is that I wasn't a fan of a lot of the action sequences having slow-mo bits where it would slow down in that moment for action. It took me out of the movie like a moment or two. In some moments it works, in some moments it doesn't. But everything else, I just really, really loved her approach to this character and the story and bring it to life. There are some really fun and memorable moments from these action sequences that are presented in this movie. And not just those, but there are a lot of moments in this movie in general where I was just sitting there watching something happen and I was getting goosebumps because in context of the movie, it just really works. There's one moment that involves something. Sonny has decided to join us in this review because he wants attention. I'm not even trying to exaggerate, but there are a handful of moments that felt truly magical for a cinematic experience. And going back to Patty Jenkins, the way she directed this movie, I loved how she let scenes just breathe. She let characters just interact, and she didn't cut away that much. It would allow for some really good emotion to come out of these characters. There are quite a few instances where characters are just experiencing something. It could be something as simple as just seeing snow fall for the first time, and it's just something that I really was taken back by. I can't believe this shit, guys. If I had to point out a weaker component of the film before I get to my closing thoughts, the antagonists of this movie were so-so. There's one antagonist that I bought into towards the end of the movie, but there's a couple others that just kind of felt like they were there to serve the story, and they were fine, but if I had to point out a weaker component of the movie, they were the weaker part of it. Dr. Poison. Like, just when you say that, it sounds like an Adam West Batman TV villain. There are a couple moments with her character that I really, really liked, where she was involved in the scene, but her actual character, But other than that, Wonder Woman was an exceptional movie. Beyond being a superhero movie, beyond being a fun blockbuster, I think this movie has a lot of important things to say. It shows and doesn't tell a lot. It has a really great earnest lead protagonist in Gal Gadot as Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. I didn't want to make the Richard Donner Superman comparison because everybody else has, but there are a couple moments in this movie where it does feel like you're watching a Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve superhero movie, where it just, you know, it's telling a great character story, but the moments feel larger than life. Truly larger than life. They swung for the fences and they hit a home run over the ballpark, in my opinion. I loved Wonder Woman. I hate overselling a movie, but in my opinion, it just blew me away. And I'm really happy to say that. And I'm going to give Wonder Woman a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's maffiodiously darn good. See it as soon as you can. Now on note from you guys. What did you think of Wonder Woman if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you feel how I feel, or did you feel a little differently in a negative or more positive way? If you enjoyed this review, please like, subscribe so you'll never miss a review from me ever again, and check out my social medias down below. I'm John Matthew, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys next time.